Today on the channel, Warriors, our time is upon us. Today, the Ultimate Warrior Amazon exclusive Ultimate Edition. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for something extra special today. It's always extra special when I got the Ultimate Warrior at the table here to unbox and review, and that's exactly what we got. We've got the Amazon exclusive Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition, fresh off the truck into my lap here, and of course you guys know how I do it. I had to get two of these. May have some more coming as well. Have to have a mint one, have to have one to unbox for sure. Had to get another one to switch the heads on. All that kind of fun stuff. As you guys know, Ultimate Warrior, my favorite wrestler of all time, so the more Warriors, the better. That being said, not sure on this one. We're going to dive in and we're going to do it like we normally do it. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it, and we'll do a lot of comparisons at the end of the video. But let's look at the packaging first. We know these Ultimate Edition packages by now. A little twist on them with the Amazon one, like we saw with Jeff Hardy, Hulk Hogan. We did those reviews on the channel, so go check those one out. And then if you missed it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss any of these Ultimate Warrior unboxings or any of the other unboxings on the channel. But we got the Ultimate Warrior in the Amazon exclusive packaging. This is the fan takeover packaging, of course, for the Ultimate Editions. We've seen that in Elites in the past. This is a fan takeover. The fans voted on this outfits, and what are you fans doing out there? This isn't what we really wanted. I really wanted Survivor Series 1990. We'll talk about that when we get to the back of the package. I'll save that. But let's look at the front here. Beautiful big window box. These open up like a shoe box, like you guys know. Ultimate Warrior looking only like he could look if he was just destroying everybody and then beating the immortal Hulk Hogan at Wrestlemania 6 with ease, might I ask. And then he went on to retire the Macho Man at Wrestlemania 7. Who had a better 2-year run than the Ultimate Warrior? I don't care what you say, nobody. You guys know I love the Warrior. But Wrestlemania 6 Warrior, I would have to say his most iconic look to the average Joe, and probably even to me at this point. We get the extra head there. We'll talk a little bit more about that. 2 title belts was always great. We get the yellow Intercontinental. So iconic. Warrior bringing some color to that strap. We get 2 fists. You got to have fists with the Warrior. And then the world title belt as well. So as compared to some Ultimate Editions, I don't know if this feels so ultimate. And we're going to talk more about it when we get out of the package. Ultimate Edition, beautiful logo down there. Like I said, the red, the Ultimate Warrior, all that. You got Warrior on the side looking only like he could look if he was in an Amazon exclusive packaging. That's what he'd look like. Fan takeover at the top. Yep, fan takeover right there. And then this side here, you got Ultimate Warrior on the side. Beautiful packaging. We know a lot of people do keep these in the box, of course. Ultimates on the top. Warnings on the bottom, UPC, nothing fun there. But then in the back, oh, look at the magic on the back. There's quite the moment. I could still tell you where I was, WrestleMania 6, in my living room, going absolutely crazy. The doubters were there. I was the only one on the old playground saying Warrior was going to bring it home. He did. And I was strutting like Vince McMahon into school the next day, like, hey, what did I tell you guys? I'll never forget it. One of the greatest moments of my life ever. I was so invested, and still am. Still am. Who's to say? But you got Warrior, nice little action figure photography up there, up top. Fan takeover, a little bit of blurb, a little bit of tail of the tape, a little bit of takeover right there. Let's see what's going on in the back of this package. And like I said, winner, WrestleMania 6 gear, 42%. Survivor Series 1990, which I voted for, that was 37%. And then SummerSlam 89, 22%. I would have rather had Survivor Series or SummerSlam over this one just because we've gotten this so many times. And I understand it, and that's what I don't like about these fan takeovers. They throw these up on WWE.com or whatever, and it's the average Joe out there. And the average Joe, they see, oh, WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior. That's a very iconic WrestleMania that sticks in a lot of people's mind. People that don't collect action figures, stuff like that, they vote in these too. They say, oh, let's get WrestleMania 6. Not knowing that we have gotten this in the Elite form twice already. So that's how that goes. I think the hardcore Warrior fans and the smart figure fans out there voted for the other two. But you always got to take that old business step back, as we always talk about. I got my business hat on today, and I'm all business when I wear an Ultimate Warrior hat. But you take that business step back. Ultimate Warrior, most iconic look, of course. Those legend figures many years ago. A lot of new collectors in the game. A lot of people don't have this representation of Ultimate Warrior, so I totally get it. At the end of the day, I'm pretty happy. I'd rather have an Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition than anybody else. So I'm a little biased, obviously, because Ultimate Warrior is my favorite of all time. So there you go. So that's how it went. 42% WrestleMania 6 was the winner. I get it. I just don't like it. There it is. Perhaps there was no superstar who personified electricity more than the face-painted man from Parts Unknown. Absolutely beautiful this time of year. Take a ticket if you can. With the power of the Warriors running through his veins, that was me, he exploded out of the curtain, charged down to the ring, and trampled his opponent like a raging elephant. The Ultimate Warrior was totally out of control, all the way to the pay window, all the way to unify the titles. Nothing ever will encapsulate that moment. It'll never be a bigger moment in wrestling history for me. And that's because how old I was. I was, 8, 9 years old. Changed my life at the time. And it's one of those memories you never forget. Oakland A's winning the 89 World Series, Survivor Series with the LOD and Ultimate Warrior and Kerry Von Erich. I mean, magical moments in my wrestling fandom. Ultimate Warrior's around a lot of them there. So there you go. 6'2". Parts Unknown, of course. Finisher, the Gorilla Press Slam. Career highlight, WWE Champion. Maybe, probably. Yeah, I guess that could work. So nice packaging, beautiful across the board. You guys know we like that. So then we get into the packaging here. We're going to open it up. I got it already pre-cut. It opens like a shoebox, as you know, which is pretty cool. You can take the figures out. You can do all that. Get a little of that fan takeover background going on in there. You can kind of see it a little washed out. But there it is. Put that over to the side. See you later. There it goes. Now we get the Warrior in the old plastic prison. Nothing like a plastic prison. There's the Warrior. Like I said, the extra head, the title belts, the fist. They know Warrior needs some fists. He's going to throw down on somebody. So we'll pop all this stuff out. Let's see what's going on. Now we know the Ultimate Editions. A lot of people love the Ultimate Editions. A little bit more articulation, of course, than your traditional Elite, but with that comes a more expensive price point, as we all know. You're looking at about a $33 price point compared to a $21 to $23 price point. Or more sometimes. Get the Warrior out. We're locked in. We're locked in. Warrior Mania. They have to lock the Warrior in. It makes sense. He's a crazy man. He's going to run out of this packaging. You've got to have him locked in. No way around that. I support this decision. I'm not a big fan of the packaging, locking them in, but man, you got to lock the Warrior in. Thieves, too. See you later. People will be wanting to steal the Warrior. We just can't have that. You guys know how that goes. 2 fists. We're not going to talk a lot about the fist, but you guys know I always love fists with wrestlers, fists with action figures. They should have 1. Warrior's got 2. He's set. He's ready to go. So we got those. Then we get the title belts here. And is there 2 more iconic title belts to young Kyle? Absolutely not. Old Kyle? Absolutely not. I loved it when Ultimate Warrior put the different color straps. Obviously, we were very accustomed to the Hulk Hogan era and all the other eras with the black strap. Nothing against it. I love it. Gun to my head, this is my favorite title belt of all time. But Warrior giving his little twist to the leather just was so cool for a young kid at the time. And I'm sure there was people my age back then who were like, this is ridiculous. He's changing the strap of the color. But it was awesome to a young kid like Kyle. And then I love the Intercontinental title in yellow. I loved it when he had the purple strap that Slaughter, just travesty of justice. We won't talk about Royal Rumble 1990. But we got it. We got both of these. Very iconic. Hogan's belt, his belt going into Mania 6. You can recreate the pose, him holding them both up. You guys know, but love these title belts. Absolutely fabulous title belts. Totally love them. So we got that going on. Now let's look at the figure next. We'll talk about that head in a little bit. Now, as I said, what brings the Ultimate Edition to the next level? You got the butterfly shoulders on this one. More posability with that going on. Of course, there is the toe articulation. We all love a toe articulation, especially Todd McFarlane and McFarlane Toys. That is a standard on his figures. He knows people want that toe articulation. Articulation, though, you got the hands that move. Of course, they are removable. Double jointed elbow. Unfortunately, they do have pins in them. I really feel Ultimate Editions should be pinless at this point. Super 7 Ultimate Editions are all pinless, as you guys maybe are or are not aware. Butterfly shoulder, so you got tons of motion in the shoulders here. Mine are very tight. There we go. Almost had to break them out, but you get a little bit more motion with those butterfly joints. I do love the butterfly joints, but they are a little bit of an eyesore, I have to admit. Head, of course, twists around. All that is removable. It will pop off, of course. Then you get the diaphragm at the waist. You get that. We're used to that. Now, the traditional Elites have that ab crunch in the middle. We do not have that here. So that does, it is a little bit more eye-pleasing, I should say, without that cut right there. So you do have that beautiful artwork there on the Warrior's chest. Oh, we'll never forget that either. Then you get the thigh swivel. I think I talked about bicep swivel. If I didn't, we do have that. You got the double jointed knees as well. toe articulation, and leg articulation. So all the articulation we would want in a wrestling figure for the most part right here. You do get the tassels on each arm, a Warrior trademark. They are movable, so you can adjust them up. If you want him running, you can move it so it's, hey, they're flowing in the wind. Because he's like, a sprinter, basically, at the end of the day. He's known for his fast sprints. I think he was going to be actually in the Olympics at one time for sprinting, but he wanted to win the Intercontinental title. I don't blame him. I'd go for the Intercontinental title over the gold medal at the Olympics. So there is that out there. If, somebody can fact check that if they want. But you got the beautiful, iconic WrestleMania 6 wear for Warrior here. Like I said, the chest is painted. Of course, the wrist tape, different colors there. We do know the Elites. There was 2 releases of this one in the Elite form back in the day, and that was really the difference is the wrist tape there. And I'm not good enough to remember the difference. I always look it up. Tassels on the knees here, same thing. They are movable. You got the beautiful knee pads here, the Ultimate Warrior logo on them. You've got the designed-in tassels on his boot here. They aren't soft. They are hard. They are just over the boot. They are what they are. But the beautiful coloring here, the orange, the yellow, the pink. It's all the colors from Warrior. Then you get to the face. He even has that little extra Warrior symbol right there in the face paint already. Kind of a growling, somewhat mad, not totally mad face going on with this Warrior. Flowing hair, of course. Just absolutely beautiful. This is the Warrior. I just would be a lot more over the moon and a lot more excited about this one if it was something we haven't seen before, because we've seen this going back to the Jakks days. We've seen it from Mattel numerous times, but once again, I do understand where they're coming from with this one. Of course, he is going to fit on a ringside stand, I am sure, and he fits like a glove just like so. So you can put him there. We do get the extra head with the Ultimate Warrior here. Now, I like it, but I don't like it. So it is a screaming head, and there's no face paint on it, so that is a little different. Obviously, Warrior wore face paint, but it has those matches, those grueling long matches, which, let's be honest, the Ultimate Warrior, the greatest wrestler of all time, didn't have to have a lot of long matches because people knew he was just going to beat him so fast. It was part of the experience, so I was okay with it. But WrestleMania 6, we knew the paint was falling off of his face. I would have liked to seen that on here. Give us a little bit of paint on here. Now, I'm going to compare it to the Jakks ones. And Jakks gave us a couple of versions of this Ultimate Warrior as well. And we got face paint that was falling off. And I think that would have been the perfect opportunity right here. Or heck, make this as a variant or a second release or something with Warrior paint dripping off, falling off in a regular edition. I don't know, that's just me, but I want more Warriors. Not everybody else is like me. But this is a nice screaming head sculpt, but we've seen this before. And let's get into some of this a little bit. Let's talk about it. I'm going to go first. We'll go with the Lost Legends, the Legends version of Ultimate Warrior. Like I said, we've had this twice before. Now, there is some differences here. The wrist tapes, of course, are different way. I mean, at the end of the day, I am no expert on Warrior's wrist tape. Did it go orange, green, purple, yellow, or did it go yellow, orange, purple? I don't know. I think it's up to artist rendition there. So that's not that big a deal for me. The tassels are different on this new Ultimate Warrior figure. Obviously, the articulation, being an Ultimate, it is to the next level. It's beautiful articulation. Knee pads, same thing. The tassels are different. A little darker green here, a little lighter green. Same thing with the oranges. A little more vibrant on this one, a little lighter on this one. But there's nothing wrong with this figure at all. This is a great, great figure. Totally different head sculpt on this one. So we do get a new head with this Ultimate Warrior. I don't think I mentioned that either. So there's the differences right there. And then, of course, we've got, and I should have looked it up before I did it, but an early basic of the Ultimate Warrior. That is what this head is based off of. I love this basic figure. I did put a soft goods Ultimate Warrior jacket on this one. But I love this one where he's just got the face paint on the side. I forget what match he did. Was it a Survivor Series? I can't remember. But I absolutely loved it. It just felt so different. It felt weird seeing him without his face paint. As, you know, this is before internet. You didn't see that kind of stuff. So it is the same head here. Obviously, it's been ultimated up, elited up, whatever you want to call it. So you did take the face paint off, but it is the same thing. But gosh, I almost think the basic one looks a little bit better when I put them side by side like this. So very interesting dynamic here. Of course, this head does pull off on the Ultimate, just like so. Very easy. Plug and play. And this is why we need 2 of these Ultimate Warriors. You need 2 of them. But it does look strange with no face paint, as he should have the paint coming off of his chest. And that's where you get into the Jakks version here. So you get the regular Jakks version, of course, comes with the yellow Intercontinental title. This is the regular version. This is Classic Superstars Series 1, a game changer. You guys know every Tuesday we do Classic Superstars videos. I love the Classic Superstars. I love the Ultimate Warrior. A lot to like about this Warrior figure here. But then later on, they had the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior Toys R Us 2-pack. And this was this Warrior, but, you know, getting the most out of your molds, all that fun stuff. They gave this one the fading paint off the face, fading paint off the stomach, chest. Absolutely love that. I think they should have done that with this one. I would have liked to have seen that. Or maybe even a torso you could replace and you could do that. Something like that would have been good because it does feel a little light in this Ultimate one. I love this Ultimate Warrior. I'm all here for it. But compared to some of the Ultimate Editions we've gotten already from Mattel, it doesn't quite go up to the same level of ultimateness. Is that a word? Hey, guess what it is now? We did get an Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition. As you guys know, this is the second go-around. It's funny how this one did not sell very well. This was an Ultimate Edition Series 1. This went down to clearance in my local areas. Just really strange how now this is through the roof. And that's Ultimate Warrior for you. This one, hey, guess what? It's like $100 on eBay right now. People are just getting their orders. I gotta think Amazon might get more in the future. But you know, 5 years from now, this is going to go sky high. I guarantee it. Ultimate Warrior, that's the way it goes. And there's always new collectors, and new collectors are always going to want the legends. It doesn't get a whole lot bigger than old school 80s, 90s, WWE, WWF, than the Ultimate Warrior. You can always bet on the Warrior figures for a good time, at least. So there's a little Warrior lineup here of some differences. I love this figure. I'm biased. I love the Ultimate Warrior, but I can definitely see how this is not for everybody. If you have the Ultimate or the Elites before, you can easily say, you know what, there's not enough meat on the old bone for me on this one. But for people that love the Warrior, people that collect Ultimate Editions, people that love Ultimate Editions, how can you pass this bad boy up? I think I have 4 or 5 on order. I can't even remember. I had to call in a favor. I had to call my dad. Said, Dad, help me out. I need a hand here. Order some of these. I think he's going to have one, and then I'm going to take one of those. I got 2 here. Then I got another order as well. Got to have mint. Got to have loose. Got to have loose with both heads. Psycho Ultimate Warrior fan, but that's what you got to do sometimes. So Ultimate Warrior, happy to have him a part of my collection, but what say you guys out there in YouTube land? Are you as excited as I am for this one? Are you somewhere in the middle? Are you one of the ones that's going to be an easy pass? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And then, of course, like this video. You made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Support the channel. So for the Ultimate Warriors, I am the Ultimate Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.